It's time for the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are in a city that sure had its share of memorable playoff games in the past. Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
What is that? 19! 25! 24!
Faking the give. Now Watson. It's wearing the tight end with it. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down now, it's Brooks, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. On third down, Brooks. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go now. 55. Come on. 55, Mike. I'm going to come back to you. Go. To you. Check. 55 to Mike. Check. Hey. To Mike.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
Go.
Get that quarterback. Hey, check Mike.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Good job, D.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Hey, defense. Hey, check your hot read.
Now back to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
On 1st down, it's Brooks. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And they give this time to the tailback. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And down inside the 15 he goes. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Texans 3, Steelers nothing.
Set. 18. 150. No gain on this defense. No gain.
Watch twitch. Watch the twitch. Slip.
26. 124. Go, go.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Set. 19. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
On second down, it's Brooks. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to sling this deep and got his man complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 78 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Let's go, defense. And here we go. Sure.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got a first down past the 30. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
But he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check.
24.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Brooks. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
At the 46-yard line.
Good set. 50.
50 to Mike. 50 to Mike.
59.
On second and 11 now. Watson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
52's the Mike. Hey, let's get this.
59.
Third and long, it's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 38-yard line.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 39 yards. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 17-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
I'm coming after you. Coming after you. 51, Mike. Mike 51. It's a party now.
They'll look to throw, and this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Brooks. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Taking it about the 16. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Let's go, team. Let's go. No time left.
After the interception, here's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. This is caught inside the 15. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
That's what I do. 50. I got him.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins as the first half is winding down. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Man, that's trash. That's trash. He's coming. Double up. Double right.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this 2nd half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Second down and inches. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on second and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on third. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I know you got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Let's make these babies cry.
Line 50, line 50.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's got Fuller. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Watson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Brooks. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
1st down, Texans.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Brooks. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll keep it on the ground. Brooks. And a short gain here, down to the 22. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Watson on third down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Completes this to Waring. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
We want it. Come to my world. Mike 50.
Stop your whining.
Here we go. 50. Mike 50.
Not today, you want.
Throwing again is Watson. It's complete to Fuller. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
To the air yet again, Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation, because second down, that gives me that option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Mike's 50.
Down to lose one.
Watch the air.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Devin Bush able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The kick by Fairbairn is good. and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off right around the 43. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Go, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
On first down, Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devin Bush getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Space to run past the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for the... Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Set, hut. 15 on it, 15 on it. You ready, man? You go. Let's go, baby.
51, Mike. 51.
Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That's it, baby. We go
first down 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Well, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, but now it's third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here we go on fourth. Watson, and that is incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Hey, pick your game up. Mike, 55. Check, 55.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. Past the 20. And this results in 6. Touchdown.
Good job. Good job.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yo, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go. Zoom.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 34, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry.